Hi, my name is Kay Dachowska and welcome to my channel. This is the first time when I make 10 cards from one kit. I will be working with Simon Step January card kit. All cards are quite easy and you can do it too. So firstly I will be working with Winsor Newton watercolor markers. They are really awesome and I will be stamping with them. So I applied color on the stamp and I will spritz it with water, just a little bit, and stamp it. I'm working on watercolor paper and I will push a little bit longer on my stamp just to have that lovely watercolor effect. Winsor and Newton watercolor markers are really awesome, and the best thing about them is pigment and light fastness. I think there are only one markers on the market which are light fastness. So my card should be the same after many years. So I am stamping different hearts, and when something is not nice, I'm taking a brush and repairing it just a little bit. You can use, of course, for stamping any medium like ink or another watercolor marker. It's up to you. Now it's time to stamp sentiment. I will be stamping with Tim Holtz platform. I love it, it's great too, and I'll be using archival sorry, I will be using Versamark Onyx Black ink because it's waterproof and it's lovely crispy. And my first card is done. Quite simple, easy, original, and lovely. So, second card will be playful. I will be using this tiny hard border and three color philosophy inks. I will make background with it. You don't have to stamp borders just straight. You can curve them. So here you can see how I'm curving my stamp to have some hills, not straight. And I will be stamping with these three different colors my background. I was using this stamp before and now I'm cleaning it. Sometimes there are some mess and I have cat and two dogs and sometimes I have to clean my tools from her because they are with me all the time in my studio. So I'm stamping. I love these dye inks from Primo Marketing. Very nice colors. You can stamp with them. You can color with them. I have them for a long time, and they are still nice and juicy, not drying. Here is green. I was just testing if I like this green, and now I will stamp it onto my card base. Again, I'm working on watercolor paper, and it's because it's not so white. And then I will be gluing sentiment from paper pad, which is included into kit, and it's not so bright white. So I am using almost the same creamy color for my background, for my paper, as sentiment is, or as paper pad is. So here it is, my second card is done. Easy, fast, and I like it. Just something different. Now I will be applying ink with Distress Glitter Dust, and this will be again quite simple card. This is Tim Holtz stencil and PBO modeling paste. If you are from America, you maybe do not know it, but it's a European firm and it has got quite good mediums and also some acrylic colors and some watercolors. It's very good quality and I like to work with it. So I'm applying structure paste, and then when my background is still wet, I will sprinkle glitter dust over it and it will stick on my hearts. You can use any structure paste which you have at home. You can use white gesso if you have it. Absolutely, absolutely up to you. The main thing is to have something for sticking this glitter dust. And here it is, my background. I will dry it with the heat tool by I cut it from the video. I don't want to have video for 40 minutes. So I'm stamping sentiment. Oh, again, I work on heavyweight watercolor paper because when you're applying pastes, different, any kind, you need some good paper. So I'm stamping 2 times to have a crispy stamped image, and I will add 2 tiny hearts just to add more interest to my sentiment. Some process of my card making I will do off the camera just to make the video shorter. Some process I will be speeding up. It's great future when you are cutting video. And here you can see me, I'm gluing with 3D foam tape sentiment onto my card, and I will glue it onto no card. The last process, this gluing my panels onto no card, I cut out from the video. So here it is. I love this background. It's so lovely, interesting, really, really great. It's not so easy to take photo of sparkling card, but it's nice. Now the funny part, if you are a fan of fussy cutting, there is in paper pad, which is included into kit, 1 page, and it's full with small roses with leaves. And I decided that for my card I will cut them, some of them, not all, and I will build cluster behind sentiment, which will be also from paper pad. Of course, you will not be watching me cutting all the roses. Here are roses finished. Here is sentiment, which I cut also from paper pad. And now I will glue it. Some roses will be glued with 3D foam tape, some with glue. Oh, that yellow glue, which you can see, it's glue from Czech Republic. So I don't think so you know it, but it's very good quality glue, and I like it for my paper crafting. So now I speed up the process and I will build the flower cluster behind the photos. I will not add any shimmering, but I think it can be also nice to use Wink of Stella or this Nuvo pen just to add some sparkling. I like this matte images, and it's going together also with watercolor paper, which I used for my background. And here it is. This is my 4th card. Quite easy and lot of fuzzy cutting, but I like the result. It's different and it's interesting. Now I will be enjoying stamping. I will use just XOXO to build background, and I will stamp it just randomly. Again, I'm using VersaFine Onyx Black ink, my favorite. And I wanted to stamp just at the bottom of my card, and then I like it so much. So I decided I will continue and I will stamp the background for whole my card. Of course, I skip a little bit in video. I wanted some interesting background because I will use these phone stickers, which are from kit, and you need some background matching to the stickers. I'll be using just red and pink hearts. I think black, white, red, pink combination color, it's quite great. So I will glue hearts on my background. And then I will stamp sentiment and I will edit in the middle. Oh, again, I'm working on watercolor paper, but this one it's a little bit lighter, quite white. Here I'm planning where to glue my sentiment, and I wasn't satisfied with the result, so I'm removing carefully two hearts, and it's, as you can see, it's not problem to remove it. When you have got very good paper, you are not destroying it, so you can remove already glued this foam embellishments. So here it is. Oh, I'm cleaning my steps from my cat's hair. I think when I had paused during my card making, she was on my desk. You who has got cats probably know how it is fighting with cat's hair. And here it is. Another card is done. Interesting and lovely. Now I will make something what has got roots in mixed media. I will be mixing clear gesso with glitter dust to make my own glitter paste. Be sure to use clear gesso, or you can use matte medium, it dries clear too. But do not use any structure paste because you will lose the rest of sparkling from this glitter dust. So be sure to use something what dries clear. So I will mix it and I will apply it through this Freema stencil to create my background. This is another way how you can use this awesome glitter dust. And I have to say that when I used this clear gesso, the result was quite impressive. Of course, you can use glitter paste which you have at home, but I'm working with Simonson Stamp Card Kit and I'm trying to use products which are included. So I made my own glitter paste. Off the camera, I will dry this background because it needs some time, so I will use a heat tool for it. And for sentiment, I used this page from Paperpad, and I will cut 3 squares, 3 sentiments, and I will glue it with 3D foam tape. And before gluing, I will distress a little bit edges. So here I'm gluing my prepared panel onto black paper, which you can find in a kit too. I don't know how I did it, but I did not use many that big solid papers from kit. I was just using paper pad and stamps and embellishments. It's funny, just I had mute to use another products. And here it is, my card is finished. We made own glitter paste. Again, use for background good quality paper when using paste. Now I will be cutting all sentiments from this paper. I will do it off the camera because it's quite long cutting. And I will build a cluster for my card. So I cut different rectangles and squares, and now I'm gluing it, something straight, some of them straight, some of them with 3D foam tape, and this will be, I think, the easiest card of these 10 cards, just gluing prepared papers. And it's not bad. Off the camera, I was cutting it also with not only with scissors but also with paper trim. I'm not so good with scissors for straight cutting, so I'm using paper trimmer a lot. And I'm almost done. Just 3 cards and we are finished. It's not easy to make 10 cards from one kit for video, which you don't have to have totally long. Now I will be building background for my card with stripes of paper which I'll cut from this patterned paper. Uh, you don't have to be accurate to have the, how I can say, just trim the paper between the quotes, between those rectangles, and do not make it just thin stripes. Use also some thicker. So I will be gluing them, and I will prepare background for easy sentiment. This is also a very easy card, and it's very playful. Just do not glue the same stripes next to each other. Make it differently. Thick one, thin one. And I will not glue it over whole card base, but just over part. So here it is. All my stripes are glued. I will trim the excess. And I will glue prepared sentiment also with 3D foam tape. I like to add dimension to my cards with it. Easy, playful card. And when I was gluing it, I decided, okay, it's quite boring, just love you. And I had the rest of squares from previous projects, so I added square with sentiment, love you more. Now I will be playing with new dies by Pink and Main. Awesome heart dies, and I will be die cutting small hearts from this patterned paper, and I will build background with it. I will die cut it off the camera because it's quite long, and I have platinum cutting machine. It's quite big. So here I'm stamping sentiment onto patterned paper, and I will cut also heart with it, and this will be my focal point for card. I will glue it with 3D foam tape, and I will make a background with those small hearts with I die cut it. These hearts are stitched, and during process I decided, okay, I will glue hearts before I will glue the big one. So here it is. I'm planning where to glue them because I want to have them visible. So now I'm satisfied, so I can glue the rest of my hearts. You can die cut hearts from different pattern papers. There are much more in the paper part included into kit, but I like this red one. Cut excess of the hearts, and I thought, okay, that's missing something. Let's stamp some black hearts to have even more interest on background. So I decided that I will stamp some small hearts on the background around my die-cutted hearts. Again with VersaFine Onyx Black ink. And off the camera I will glue this prepared panel onto no card. And it's time for last card. I will be playing with Distress Oxide. I have panel made from watercolor paper, and I will apply 2 different Distress Oxide colors. I will apply it quite heavily because I will be stamping over it to achieve lovely Distress Oxide effect. I'm using painter's tape because I don't want to have it over whole page. So I missed a little bit stamp, and I will stamp with it. And when water touch Distress Oxide background, it will make this lovely effect. This is technique which I learned from Jennifer McGuire. She did it first, and I think it's great technique. When you want a heavier effect, you let the stamp longer lying on paper. So I made some splatters and I removed the rest of the ink or on the water. I will stamp sentiment, and this will be my last card. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you will be inspired and you will try the Simon Says Stamp Kit. It's really fun. I wish you have a nice day and do not forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.